What's going on, traders and investors? It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for another daily market recap. Today's a recap for Monday, June 7th. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing as the topic of the day, Mountain Valley MD stock. So stock had a huge day today, up about 40% at one point. So congrats to the bulls. We'll discuss the reason for the move. It isn't believed to be news related. At least a lot of people in our group are tracking this. We're extremely bullish on it. Didn't see any news, but if you did see any news, please let us know in the comments below. We would appreciate it. But it just looks like we pulled back and it was time for a daily oversold bounce. And we'll look at the chart here and some technical reasons as to why we could have expected this. And a lot of people in our group, like I said, have been averaging in. We had support at 37 as well, so nice support play. We got as low as 35 cents there last week. So once again, congrats to the bulls. Before we jump into that part of the video, though, we're going to just go over some news and events like we normally do. I'll put some timestamps in the description below, and then we'll look at the broader market, and then we'll look at the MVMD chart in detail. So the Fed is in early stages of a campaign to prepare markets for tapering its asset purchases. We'll also be monitoring inflation numbers as well as a potential catalyst for bearish catalyst in the market. Also interest rates. So Yellen says that higher interest rates would be a plus for the US Fed, so the Federal Reserve. Also, Ontario will start economic reopening on Friday, 3 days earlier. So limited patio dining, indoor shopping, and larger outdoor gatherings will be permitted on Friday. Also, Air Canada says senior executives to voluntarily return 2020 bonuses after just getting ripped to shreds by the media and investors. Also, Trump today took to the microphone and the media and said that he believes that Bitcoin is like a scam and that it threatens the dollar. So he's not invested in Bitcoin. He says it's high. He says he's not invested in the stock market, believes it's high as well. And he says that he believes in the US dollar. He thinks that the US dollar should be the world reserve currency and that Bitcoin threatens it. So he does not like Bitcoin. And speaking of Bitcoin, the entire market just getting slammed. And that is likely to do with part of that reason, but we've just been basically going sideways the last couple of days. We got over EMA 12 after failing the first few attempts, but we're back below it now, and that's the level to get over. And then all about 40,900. If we can break that, we confirm a daily uptrend, and it's all about EMA 12. So we'll be watching that going into tomorrow as well. So SPY daily inside bar today. We didn't break to a new all-time high, so we'll be watching to see which way this daily inside bar breaks tomorrow, as we had a lot of tightening ranges out there today. The dollar pulling back on the daily after changing the daily trend without much follow through. So looking for a higher low compared to 89.66. Moving on, so IWM was up, had a nice strong day today, closed near the high. And we had broken the high of Friday. So Friday we were bouncing and then still daily bounces underway. So as long as we maintain the hourly uptrend, the daily bounce is still intact on IWM, but looking really strong. QQQ broke the high of Friday as well, so daily uptrend and breaking out to a higher high. We did have resistance at 336.65, and we closed at 336.60, so just under. So just be cautious here. If we do pull back, we have support at 328.28. SMH, so daily inside bar and tightening range. We'll see which way that breaks tomorrow, but a bit of a slow day there on SMH as we tighten up. Same with SPY. US oil broke out to a higher high today, but pulled back within Friday's range. And gold and silver, so breaking out on the daily here, back over the EMAs. Looking good. Standing out as one of our stronger sectors as well. XBI, so biotech sector, look at that volume today. Huge volume. It's the most volume since that March dump, March 2020. So that is notable. And here we have the low, high, higher low, and higher high. And on the weekly chart, our weekly bottom is now set. We are topping out at EMA 26 though. And then after that, we've got a lack of resistance up to 140.88. But biotech, extremely strong today. Look at that volume there into the end of the day on the hourly. Wow. And back tested EMA 12 there into the end of the day. A little bit of an upper wick, but no major red flags. So moving on, taking a look at the energy sector. So broke the high of Friday, No support really. We have a gap here at 52.47 as well. No support down until 51.42. Financial sector. So we broke Friday's high by 3 pennies, but we didn't quite set a new all-time high today. Then we ended up closing near the low of the day. So back within that Friday range, and we'll be watching for the low of the day to hold tomorrow. If not, we'll be under daily consolidation mode. And the healthcare sector tried to break out, was breaking out today, and it got significant follow through. Really, we were up about almost 1% and then pulled back within that range and was unable to close above the EMAs. So healthcare sector has been a bit bearish with a daily downtrend. So it's entirely possible this is our daily lower high being set as well. So MVMD, after pulling back 85%, this is a name I've been bullish on, averaging into, and I actually added to my position around 40 cents, and then again near 35 cents. I knew we had support here at 37, so was entering in off of that support, just looking to lower my cost basis, and I actually unloaded some of that position today. So from down at 35 cents, we'll just go zoom in here to the daily chart, but down at 35 cents from the low, we are up about 65%. So again, we have been respecting this falling wedge pattern, and generally a falling wedge breaks bullish. And on the weekly, if we use the real candle bodies, you can see here that if we are to break out of this, we've got a lack of resistance on the weekly, and really on the daily, it was just daily oversold, and we had no resistance on the daily here. You can see we had a lower high every candle. We attempted to break out here a couple of days ago on Thursday, and it ended up being a bit of a fake out here. So we had a lower high every candle for essentially 10 candles in a row. We tried to break out, and it was a bit of a fake out there, and then a daily inside bar broke bullish, and that was the go signal. So as soon as we broke 45 cents, even if you just entered on that 45-cent break, you would have been able to lock in about 25% worth of gains. But closing near the high of the day, decent amount of volume as well over the 20-period moving average. And like I said, we had a lack of resistance on the daily really all the way up until 87 cents. So this was just a case, in my opinion, where we pulled back over 85% from the recent highs, daily oversold after a huge move, right? Just in at the beginning of, or at the end of 2020, we were at 8 cents, right? So we went all the way from 8 cents to $2.29. We went 25x, and here we are down 80. So when something moves 20 or 30x, you know that you're going to have a 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 70 or 80% pullback. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. We pulled back about 85%, and then we had a lack of resistance on the daily up until 87 from 35 cents. So just from there, we could have bounced over 100% and just be looking for a daily lower high. So another one of those higher risk, higher reward scenarios. But we had support, like I said, at 37 cents. So an entry there at 35 cents was a great entry. And I know a lot of people in our group got some around 35 cents. So it was a good day. And just taking a look at the weekly time frame. So we are still well below the 10-week moving average at 79 cents. So watch that as a potential resistance area, as we have yet to test it since we lost that 10-week moving average here back in March. Stochastic trying to cross bullish, MACD curling, but still a ways away, still extremely bearish on the MACD. On the weekly moving averages, we also have the 50 weekly at 59 cents, which we topped out at 58 cents today. So 59 cents will be important to get over tomorrow. And then we have the 200-day moving average at 67 cents and the 50-day moving average at 86 cents. Need to be cautious here of a potential death cross, but hard to imagine that it's still a ways away yet before those would even see a touch, but hard to imagine we pull back any more, down already over 85%. So watch that 67 area. 60 cents going to be important as well. So 60, 67, and if we can get over 67, then it's really a lack. We have the weekly VWAP at 86, the 50-day moving average at 86. So if we can get over 60, we're likely heading to 80 cents. Wouldn't be surprised at all, like I said, as we have a lack of resistance on the daily until 87 cents and EMA 26 there at 64. And we haven't been able to close over EMA 26 So the last time we closed over EMA 26 was back here in mid-March. So that's going to be extremely important to close over. And we'll see if bulls can do it tomorrow. So MVMD, AMC, and BlackBerry led the bull list today. And on the bear list, we had EDR, DFLY, and the Very Good Food Company. I sold SNDL last week, and I sold BlackBerry as well, but I rebought it at the end of last week. And I think I bought it just under, it was just over $14, I believe, and was able to exit that position over $16 again today. So from about, I think it was just over $14, but we'll just do a rough. So I made about 15% there again on that entry. And again, we still haven't seen any daily consolidation since all the way down here at, well, realistically, let's just blow this up a little bit. The last time we really consolidated on the daily was down at 771. So we could pull back from these levels. We could pull back all the way to, we could pull back easily 50% and still be just looking for a daily higher low. We also have this gap here at 1161. So I'm just remaining protective. We're back over $16 here, up over 2% after hours. And congrats to the bulls today. We did break the high of Friday, but pulled back within that range. Same thing with AMC. And we had a bit of a clue there, and we have another daily inside bar likely set up for tomorrow. And same with BlackBerry, but we'll see if the high of the day today can break tomorrow at 1660. If so, we have a lack of resistance up until 2017. And then after 2017, a lack of resistance until 2877. But looking for a potential bear break, hoping that so anyway, and we'll potentially look to reload this one again a little bit cheaper after just locking in those profits. So going to end the video there. We'll see you a little bit later on for an MJ sector review. Again, MVMD, amazing entry there off of support at 37 cents. We dip below it and all about 60 cents tomorrow and targeting 80 cents as a potential move into the end of the week. All right, thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel on your way out, and we'll see you again on the next update.